Hello, everyone. I'm Marty Hebert. I'm the head of security at RapidSOS, and we're so glad you can spend part of your day here with us at Ready23. Ready23 is hosted by RapidSOS, and if you're not familiar, RapidSOS is an intelligent safety platform that securely links life-saving data to monitoring centers, 911, and first responders during emergencies. And at Ready23 here today, we're aiming to foster a sense of unity and community, shared purpose among all the stakeholders in the emergency response ecosystem. And so it provides us an opportunity to connect, collaborate, and catalyze change in the world of public safety and emergency response. So we encourage you all to actively engage on the virtual platform Whova to help participate in the event. So please drop any questions you have for RapidSOS or for our panelists today, and we'll do our best to cover as much as we can in the time that we have. So let's launch into it. Today, we're joined by a panel of experts, one from our B2B community, another from the 911 community. We have Quinlan Hickey, who is the product manager for smart security at ecobee, and Desiree Arnold, who's the E911 director for the Atlanta Police Department. Thank you both so much for being with us today. If you could take a minute to introduce yourselves and talk a bit more about why you're here, talking about emergency response. And Quinlan, why don't we start with you, and then Desiree can follow her.
Perfect. Thank you, Marty. Hi, everyone. My name is Quinlan Hickey, and I'm a product manager at ecobee. And as Marty said, working on the smart security service team. So I've been at ecobee for about 1.5 years now, and this is my second time participating in the panel for Ready23. So I'm really excited to be here and looking forward to the discussion with Desiree. So over to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Desiree Arnold. I am the E911 director for the City of Atlanta. I have been in the 911 profession for just over 25 years. This is my first time being a panelist actually for RapidSOS for this Ready23. And I'm honored to share the platform with Quinlan as well. And part of my reason for being here is to provide the E911 perspective as it relates to smart home security and the ecobee product, as well as RapidSOS.
Oh, that's great. Thank you both. I'm really excited for the panel, and to give the audience a bit more context for what we'll go through. What we're here to talk about is really the intersection of smart home technology provided by folks like ecobee and the emergency response ecosystem, which Desiree is an expert within. So specifically, we're going to talk a bit about how those technologies work together for improving safety and security for homeowners and communities at large. And we'll also talk a bit more about where we see these technologies going from folks who are in the midst of walking that path right now. So with that, why don't we get into a few questions? So Quinlan, I'll start with you. Maybe share a bit more about ecobee's technology, the smart home platform, and how that works into ecobee's corporate mission.
Of course. So our mission is to deliver everyday peace of mind and make our customers' homes feel secure and comfortable, and ultimately just be that place where they can focus on the things that are important. So family, friends, and the time that they share together. And we believe that a safe home provides that solid foundation for a safe and fulfilling life. And what starts as peace of mind and security in the home extends to your community as well and makes a safe environment for everyone. So I certainly feel safer when I see that my neighbors have, security systems too, or doorbells that can capture what's going on outside of the home. And that was one of our biggest, technology product launches this year, where we do now offer the smart doorbell camera and deeper integration with the other devices that we have in our portfolio as well. So one of the things that we do with the partnership with RapidSOS.
Quinlan? Hey, Desiree, can you hear me?
I can.
The outdoor camera. So really bringing that holistic view to the devices that we offer and making sure that it integrates well with the entire ecobee ecosystem.
Thanks, Quinlan. I'm sorry, we the video was interrupted only for a second, so we may have missed a bit of it, but we'll move on. And can you hear us and see us okay now?
Yes, I can certainly hear you guys and see
Okay.
everybody.
No, you're coming through great now. Okay. Hopefully no more technical difficulties, but that is the nature of these virtual events, so we'll take it in stride. Desiree, over to you. Can you perhaps provide some commentary on how new technologies are helping sort of bridge together public and private organizations and perhaps helping with collaboration?
Okay. I think the biggest asset to the public-private network is having the ability for us to receive more relevant and real-time information. So integrations with things like doorbell cameras, as well as home security and things of that nature. And then at some point being able to provide that in the 911 space. And then even technologies such as smartwatches, all of the evolution of home security, and also in-car telematics. Just giving us an opportunity to receive information in a plethora of ways. And it's normally real time and it's normally relevant information as it relates to what we're responding to, so that our first responders can have some insight as to what they're walking into or what type of situation they're about to encounter.
No, that's great. And certainly at RapidSOS, part of our mission is to provide those connections, the most relevant information that can help 911 and help first responders better inform their actions in support of their communities. And maybe Desiree, if I could stay with you, how does your agency leverage RapidSOS today? Maybe provide a little bit more context about the types of data that you're using and how that works into the operations that you have.
Okay, so Atlanta is a city where we receive more visitors than we have residents. Comparable to what you would kind of see in New Orleans, where we host a lot of events. We have, of course, the upcoming World Cup in 2026 that we're already in preparation for. So we use the RapidSOS technology to assist us with especially locating callers that aren't familiar with the Atlanta area, that don't know where they are, where they actually need help. And a lot of times without that technology,
meeting is being recorded.
It will take us much longer to actually find that person or to get them to be able to give us more information so that we can actually determine where they need the help that they're requesting. So RapidSOS technology is normally very on point with where the caller is, normally puts us within meters of where that person is located. And it's very useful technology in this space, in the 911 space, where location can be the difference between us responding to them in minutes and seconds.
Oh, that's great commentary, and it's so important for those 911 operators who are seeking to help anyone who's within their jurisdiction get the help they need. So, absolutely. Quinlan, could you provide some insights into the specific advantages that a partnership with RapidSOS brings to ecobee?
Yeah, certainly. So for those who do not know, at ecobee, we offer 2 tiers of smart security services to our customers. So the standard tier is self-monitoring, and then the complete tier offers professional monitoring through RapidSOS. And one thing that we know for sure is that our customers who have leveraged and used the professional monitoring service are more likely to convert and engage as a customer. So we certainly love that we can offer that service to our customers, on one hand, offering that peace of mind and sense of security at a very cost-effective price. But also for us as a company, it's a great customer to attract. So of course, there's both advantages there. And we wouldn't be able to do that without the partnership through RapidSOS. So it's something that we really value, and it was really important to us when choosing who to partner with to offer that type of service. And I think in terms of what we see from our customers, they get excited about it too. We recently saw a testimony online. I think it was a Reddit thread actually, but they were very pleasantly surprised to learn that we offered, professional monitoring through RapidSOS, and that they could get the service at a cost of $90 per year, and then have their homeowners insurance discount be, I think, just over $100 per year. So essentially being able to get monitoring for free. So we see so much value in the partnership with RapidSOS and continuing to build on that to offer more different features through that partnership to bring more value to our service and our customers.
And as you're looking at the evolution of smart home technology, what are some of the trends that you think will impact ecobee and your customers?
Yeah, so that's a great question, Marty. And I think, well, one thing that we've noticed for sure is that the smart home or home security category is rapidly growing, and I think it's set to double in the US by 2026. So that's positive for us. And actually, most of that market growth comes from the DIY segment, which is where we operate. And as I mentioned before, the competitive price offering, I think, works in our advantage too. In general, I think we can all agree there's a level of subscription fatigue that we can all get when, you're paying for your music, your TV, and now your home security. So there's a lot of things on the go. But as I said, I think something that works in our favor in terms of trends is that we can offer the service at a very competitive price. And so that works as a tailwind for ecobee in that trend. I think another one too is on the sustainability side of things. So as some of you might know, ecobee is our flagship product is the smart thermostat, with our overarching company mission being to offer a sustainable solution and planet positive impact into the devices and service that we offer. So one thing that we do pride ourselves in is offering less devices that do more. So that's a less impact on the environment. And I think consumers are becoming a lot more aware and intentional with the companies that they choose to invest in and work with, because they don't want to, have to buy 20 different devices in the home to do all the different things. So for example, our thermostat actually now acts as that smart security hub where you can arm and disarm your home right from the thermostat. So rather than needing to get another keypad, you have it all right there. Similar with a siren, you don't need another device to do that. You can leverage all your ecobee speaker devices to do so. So those are the types of things that we feel are working in our favor in terms of trends, and something that we are quite prideful of. I think as well, there's, an emphasis on more data and analytics to make those accurate decisions. So when we send information up through RapidSOS to 911 centers, having more data available to make a decision on, the type of emergency, and if that emergency is a false alert or a real intruder. So becoming a bit smarter with that, which is something that's certainly on our radar, but it doesn't happen overnight. So there's a level of investment needed there. But I think overall, we're really excited about the smart home trends that we are seeing. And I think ecobee is making a big splash in the, now smart security space, in addition to just overall smart home.
Oh, that's great. And certainly with that amount of growth in the security space, there's going to be a lot more activity coming over to the 911 side of the house, into Desiree's world. And obviously the intent is always to make that the most important and actionable data to help in the event of emergencies. And Desiree, as you think about handling data and alarms from the home security space, maybe you can comment on, what would help you guys in the 911 community when it comes to the types of data, and perhaps the types of data you don't want coming into the 911 center.
Okay, so when we talk about data, because we receive so much from so many different sources, here I can speak for the city of Atlanta. We do divide our city up into quadrants. And so some of the data that we receive from alarm companies that will be helpful to us is to ensure that those quadrants are included in the addressing. And so there's a big difference between, say, 130 Martin Luther King Southwest and 130 Northwest. And sometimes that will require us to dispatch resources to both locations just to figure out exactly where this person is located or where that residence is located. So, and when we speak in terms of data, location accuracy is pretty much the most important data that we can receive. And then second to that, and Quinlan kind of hit on it when she was speaking about false alarm versus actual in progress calls. And so we're constantly inundated with security alarms going off, and they are actual false alarms. And so hopefully the new technology and the evolution of technology will allow alarm companies to identify which alarms we probably need to get to quicker than those that we don't need to respond to as fast, or we may not need to respond at all. And I can speak to my own experience with my own alarm company, and my alarm went off and neither one of us were home, but I was able to look at the camera and see that there were no doors open. No one walked in when the alarm opened. I don't know why the motion went off, but there was no activation of a window or door or anything. And that gave me some sense of relief in saying I don't need an officer to respond because there's no one in my home. And so as we talk about sharing data and just using the technology that's currently available as it relates to the 911 space, those are things that are helpful to us because it allows us to take those resources that would have been dispatched to that location and send them somewhere that they're actually needed. It saves us time from answering the call and we're not needed. And it also saves us an officer or a fire truck or any other type of resource that may have been dispatched that's not actually needed.
And that's why I think an event like this is so important, even just as a single aspect of a broader thrust towards connecting these two sides of public safety and emergency response, because even just the quadrant aspect of your description and your answer, Desiree, is super interesting. One thing that we feel we know about the 911 community of RapidSOS is it's highly local. And that means that problem solving happens in a very localized way, which isn't always captured from a technology stack that's designed for the many. Right. And one way to help solve for that gap is to have a conversation and discuss it. And to Quinlan's point, more of these technologies are going to continue to be deployed to help homeowners, like yourself, Desiree, make smart choices, because those individuals are the ones with the most context about what is right or wrong and can really help inform response. Quinlan, over to you. How can other organizations draw inspiration from our partnership between ecobee and RapidSOS, and maybe provide some of your thoughts, advice, or insights for companies that might be looking to partner with us to help bring their data into the emergency response ecosystem?
Yeah, for sure. I think, well, one of the things that Desiree mentioned about, being empowered as a customer to see what's happening in the home and take a look and make that decision for yourself of, is this an emergency or not? So we try to build that robustness into our service offering as well. So if there is an incident like motion detected in the home, you'd get that alert on your phone. You can take a look and see exactly that. Oh, was a door opened? Was a window open? Or was this just light or my cat kind of going across the camera? So you can decide to dismiss that alert or, escalate that to 911 services. And you have about a minute and a half to make that decision for yourself. But if you fail to, open your phone or you're not paying attention, that will just get automatically escalated through RapidSOS to emergency centers where hopefully they can, do the same test and look at the data that's sent, like were there sensors in the home, were those triggered or not, is there video footage available, And yeah, as we continue to build on that, just making it more accurate for everyone to make that educated decision. So when it comes to the partnership and working with RapidSOS, I think something that I've really appreciated through my time connecting with the folks at RapidSOS is their level of collaboration and openness to really customize a solution that works best for you. And I know in being at other panels and seeing how RapidSOS partners with, not just the like home monitoring businesses, but you really see how it's not a one size fits all model, and you can really be specific to your needs and what you need that escalation for. So I think it can definitely be, the technology can really be adapted to best serve your goals, and going in with an open mind and open to the discussion can lead to even features that you didn't think were possible or available. I know we've talked about implementing like a panic button, so something that just immediately sends that signal to 911 centers versus needing an incident to trigger that itself. And that's something that is so attractive to ecobee as a feature, and great that RapidSOS offers it. But again, we wouldn't know even what the possibilities are without that deep collaboration and partnership. So yeah, really grateful for all of the help and support there, and continuing to innovate on what's possible.
Oh, that's great, and always appreciate the kind words. So I want to wrap up with a question for both of you, and then I think we'll have hopefully a little time for questions from the audience. So Desiree, I'll start with you, and then Quinlan, same question. How do you envision the evolution of emergency response technology? Desiree, Atlanta's a massive city, one of the largest cities in the U.S., and be really curious to get your take on how it's going to evolve and what that means for public safety.
I think information sharing is going to be the biggest evolution of this piece of technology and E911. And when I say information sharing, I mean actually being able to share that live video if it's actually an alarm in progress or it's a burglary in progress and things of that nature, so that even on the 911 side or the first responder side, that they're able to see what's actually going on inside the location, just as the homeowner and the representative are able to see, so that they can also make good decisions. That can be something, not only burglaries, but that can also be a fire. Maybe we need to send more resources because we see that this fire started in one place and it may extend. So I think that that's going to be probably the biggest evolution of the technology as it relates to E911 and first responders, just giving us another level of situational awareness prior to even responding to the scene.
And Quinlan, what are your thoughts on what that's going to look like?
Yeah, I mean, definitely echoing what Desiree said. I think having that live feed would be so beneficial, but then hopefully we do get smarter with our, AI models and predictive modeling, really to anticipate if an emergency is going to happen. So I think it's really great to have the reactive model here in reacting to what's happening in the home, but hopefully more preventative technologies, to help prevent it from getting to that point and overwhelming the 911 centers with false alerts and things like that. I think there's definitely going to be challenges with data privacy, cybersecurity, and things like that as we do continue to share that information. So certainly measures would need to be taken there to make sure you're not sharing just live feeds in the home outside of the emergencies, but I think it's so valuable. So learning how to do that in a thoughtful way will be really critical for the future of this, I guess, world of smart security and emergency response.
And that last comment, Quinlan, about privacy, I think dovetails nicely into a question that we got out of the audience, which is, how do we navigate and get buy-in from homeowners or tenants that allowing 911 access to their connected devices is a positive for them. And I interpret it, and I may be misinterpreting that as, I don't want somebody looking in my home. You know, I've got these cameras and I don't know who has access to them. And you're telling me now it has to, you know, it's going to go to a 911 center. Well, what are the criteria there? Desiree, I'd like to start with you on that question. So like, from your perspective, sitting in the 911 center, what would you say to, let's say, your neighbor who's got a camera, if you said, hey, wouldn't you want me to have this in the event that something was going wrong?
Yeah, I agree. Data privacy is going to be a challenge for us. And I can even go back to the city of Atlanta having a sort of a platform similar to that, where you can allow us access to look at your ring footage if something happened. And then we get a little resistance from that. But I think we have established relationships, so good trusting relationships with our citizens, that we are able to provide examples of when this was useful and when it will be useful. And then, of course, giving them some level of control of when we can have that access. So if that's a matter of, I need to send you a link in order for you to allow me to see what it is that I want to see. Just ensuring them that no one will just randomly access their home. That needs to be kind of explained to them. And that piece of technology needs to exist so that it gives people a level of comfort. Because even myself working in the 911 industry, I would not feel comfortable just having someone have random access to my home. So I think that just having something there that gives the citizens some level of control as to when you can and cannot access that information would be helpful, and it probably would give them some level of comfort.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I can,
sure.
no, go ahead, Quinlan.
I was going to say, to build on what Desiree was saying, when we have customers go through our onboarding to set up professional monitoring through RapidSOS, we do ask those permissions up front. So letting them know that, you know, we will be sending clips from the indoor camera or the smart doorbell camera in the event of an emergency. Is that okay? So I think continuing to be transparent with what we're sending and why is really important, and making sure that ultimately the customer can always control if they want to turn that off. So giving them, empowering them to make that decision, but letting them know that this is in their best interest in these situations.
That's such a great point. Empowering the user, giving them agency in the process so that they can understand conceptually this is a benefit, and that we're all trusted entities to maintain their privacy and ensure that there's no bad usage, certainly as much as we possibly can. Well, I'm going to wrap it there to make sure we're staying on schedule for the rest of the day. Desiree, Quinlan, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insights. This is a really great panel. I've had a great time with it. And we're really grateful to have you both as a part of the RapidSOS community. For the audience, if you have any questions, wish to connect, you can contact me via LinkedIn or via email at mabear@rapidsos.com. Please stick around in whatever track you are, or you can even jump tracks if you like, if you see something that's interesting. For the rest of the day, we appreciate you participating in Ready23, and hope you have an enjoyable rest of your day and week.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.